Team USA wins the inaugural United Cup in Sydney, Australia, and I might say like it's things are looking up for American tennis right now. In the men's side, Fritz is looking dangerous, top 10 player. Finished a great 2022, finished strong, looking like he could be a real dark horse in the Australian Open. Tiafoe's confidence has been at an all-time high. He's carrying that swag into the court. He's doing his little soft bait, even though maybe he should tone it down after what soft bait did at the World Cup. But it's starting to become Tiafoe's thing. He's confident as ever. He's entertaining. He's an entertainer, and he's playing probably the best tennis of his career right now. Pagula literally making Swiatek cry for beating her, dominating the number one female tennis player in the world. And Coco, who was not there with the United States team at the United Cup, wins a title of her own, first singles title in I think 2 years. So things are looking up for U.S. men tennis and female tennis right now. Serena Williams retired last year. She was carrying the mantle for Team USA, for USA Tennis for the longest. It was pretty much just the females carrying, with Serena and Venus being the mainstays. The men's side has been struggling since Roddick retired. Since even when Roddick was playing, the latter years, he wasn't really winning stuff like that. So it's been a minute since the men's tennis has really, given American fans something to be excited about. So Fritz looking dangerous. Like, he played some pretty high ranked players in the United Cup. He beat Berrettini. His ranking fell down a little bit because he was injured, but he was like a top 10 mainstay for a while. Hurkacz, he beat Hurkacz, who he's been like he's been top 10ish for the better part of the last few years. And he had a great match against Cameron Norrie. He did lose to Norrie, but great match against Cameron Norrie. Like, both of them played exceptional tennis. Fritz looked good, Norrie looked good. At the end, Norrie won. But Fritz, man, I seen him play. I saw him at the San Diego Open 2 years ago. I don't remember if I saw him at Indian Wells last year, but I like what I see, man. SoCal kid. It looks like he's really developing. 24, 25 years old. I think he won. What did he win last year? He won Shanghai first Masters 1000, or second Masters 1000. He won, or was it a 500? I think it's a 500. He won Indian Wells. Yeah, like, I think he has a real shot to go deep in the Australian Open. I will, lower, keep my expectations realistic, because I thought he could go very deep in the U.S. Open, and he ended up like crashing out like in the first or second round. And even I follow him on Instagram, so I saw like how upset he was, and his press conference afterwards kind of sad. He was like I feel so silly for even allowing myself to believe that I could win the U.S. Open. But man, I hope he's feeling a little silly right now, man. I think he really has a chance to win the Australian Open, go deep, and make a deep run, and we'll see how it plays out. Tiafoe also, like, Tiafoe's been one of my favorite players, and to see him start to put everything together, like, he's a clutch player now too. Like, I remember last year he had a great run of just winning tie breaks. He won like 7 or 8 in a row, which was insane. And now, like, you see him play, and sometimes he gets himself in some sticky situations, and he just serves his way out of it, ace, or backs himself up with this serve. So this is exciting times for American tennis. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how far could Fritz go in the Australian Open? How far could Tiafoe go? Could we see two male Americans in the top 10 by the end of this year? Like, I think Fritz is gonna stay there. Like, he seems to have the talent and the form right now to keep that top 10 ranking. Tiafoe is in the teens right now. I believe he's like 15, 16. So he definitely has a chance to break into the top 10 if he has a good 2023. Coco and Pagula, like, I think they're gonna have great years too. Pagula, 28 years old. I think she could use this momentum. Top 5 female players right now. She could carry this momentum from beating Swiatek in the United Cup to make some noise in the Australian Open. Coco, still young as hell, has her whole career ahead of her, but to win another singles title after she's been killing it in doubles, being like she's probably the best female double player right now, and she's a really good singles player too. So good for her for winning another title. Like I said, I'm so pumped for American tennis right now, and let me know what you guys think. Like, how far could Americans go in the Australian Open? What are you guys' expectations for Team USA or the Americans this season? We're in January. It's gonna be a long season. This is barely the start of the tennis season, man. Tennis is year round. You know, I've been a very casual fan for the longest, just catching games here and there. But I've really like hunkered down and become like a real tennis fan just maybe 2-3 years ago, where I really like follow like every tournament and try to find a way to watch it. And tennis season is long, man. There's like tennis every day of the year, it seems like. So season started. I'm so happy. We're gonna have tennis for like the whole year, basically till November. And I'll make a Australian Open predictions episode. Nadal's gonna go into it as the number 1 seed. Unfortunate that my boy Alcaraz is gonna miss out with an injury. I just saw an update video that he posted on his Instagram. He's doing a little rehabilitation, so wish him the best in recovery.